different thing kind of. Okay. So secure hash algorithm, what it will do is that whatever may be the input, it will try to divide into 512-bit blocks and applies the hashing process on that. Finally, in order to get multiples of this 512, it will do padding, some kind of junk characters to bring it to that particular size is added. And then after adding that, it will result in the 160-bit message digest. Generally, 166 bits is found to be very, very small, and MD5 will give 128-bit. Presently, we depend at least 256-bit and all. SHA-256, when you say, the meaning is that it is trying to generate a 256-bit message digest. Similarly, SHA-512, when we say, it is generating a 512 message digest. So there are no collisions. That means two different message digests will not give it. Messages will not give the same message digest. Secure hash algorithm or SHA that generates 256-bit message digest is SHA, and it is basically a part of SHA-2 group of algorithms, a set of cryptographic hash functions designed by the NSA, United States NSA. Okay, so like that we have 512 and other things also in that. Okay, now we discussed about the importance of integrity. Now let us focus something on digital signature. Okay, now we all understand the importance of a signature in the physical world, right? I'll just give things. See now what happens. Each one of you playing an important role in the organization. So your the subordinates will come with files, asking you to put signatures on your file, right, under various files, right? So if you look at it, each file is meant for a particular purpose. It can be a procurement, or it can be a leave, or it can be something else. And whenever you are trying to procure items, you have to look at each and every request separately, and on each paper you are trying to sign. So what does it mean? That means that you are approving the content of in that particular document. So it's not that okay, when your signature is there, they can try to put your signature on all other documents like it is not like that. So you are going through the content in that particular sheet, and then each of the document, and you are verifying, and then you are putting a signature. That means you are agreeing to the content of that particular thing, or you say you are disagreeing, whatever it is. Clear? That means the signature is something which is attached to the specific content, each content. Okay. Now something similar to that we need to have in the digital world also. Okay, so that means whenever you involve in the communication as a sender or receiver, there should be a mechanism that I dispatch this particular communication. Yes, I received this particular communication. That means for each of that particular communication, there should be a mechanism where we will be attaching the digital signature so that we can verify later that yes, it is initiated by that particular person. Okay, so what do we, how it happens is, just look at it. So purpose of digital signature is what? Only signing authority can sign a document, but everyone can verify the signature. Yes, right? You all agree, right? So whenever you try to put a signature, maybe everyone can look at it. Yes, okay, so and so person at this particular grade in the organization with the approving authority has signed it, and all other people, relevant people can look at. They can verify the signature. Okay. Signature is associated with a particular document. Signature of one document cannot be transferred to another document. Okay. The same is the purpose even in the digital world also. Okay. What is that? Let's say how it is generated. An authentication mechanism which enables the creator of a message. Message means it can be a document, it can be anything. Okay. Creator of a message to attach a code, some code you attach, which is derived out of that particular message and which will act as a signature. That is called as digital signature. So how do we do that particular thing? So now I want to dispatch a document to Nandishwar. What I will do? I need to pass my document through some kind of, what is that? See, I need to pass it through some function. You can just see, I'll go through this. Encrypt a small block of bits that is a function of the document or authenticator using sender's private key. So I will just explain this particular thing. What does it mean is that, see, I will not encrypt the entire document. That's not the purpose actually. My objective is I want to attach a code which will later help the people who want to verify whether it is really initiating from Lakshmi or not. So Nandishwar want to verify. When I send a document, Nandishwar want to verify. I should provide a provision where the people who are receiving, they should be able to verify. My purpose is not to provide confidentiality. The purpose is to enable people to verify the documents which are coming from my end. Clear? So what I will do, I'll pass the document through a function of the document, something like hash function and all. I will apply on that, which will give me a digital message digest. Once I get the message digest, I will encrypt that particular message digest with my private key. Okay, so I pass the document through the hash algorithm, which will give me message digest. Message digest is specific to this particular. It's a kind of signature for this document. Now what I will do, that message digest I will sign with my private key to tell that I only initiated that particular thing. Now this I will attach this and I will send it to the other end. So this serves as signature that verifies the original content. Now you can ask one question like, what is that document is going in plain text, no, like that. So in this case, my objective is not to provide confidentiality. It is only to provide the enable digital signature so that people can try to verify it. So if you want the document also should be protected with the encryption, I need to think about public key cryptography or symmetric algorithms to encrypt that. The purpose is different. Okay, so that means multiple types of algorithms depending on the purpose, depending on the size, type of service required, we have to use and the right type of keys in order to enable the different services. Okay, this serves a signature that verifies origin and the content. SHA-1 and other algorithms can use for the purpose. Just you look at it. This the next slide will give some idea. Now my requirement is I want to provide confidentiality. I want to authenticate whether the content is coming intact or not, and I want to verify whether it is coming from the right person or not. Okay, multiple things will be done. So message first, what I'm doing, I'm passing through the hash function. So what happened? I will end up in message digest. Okay, so what is this message digest? Message digest is a kind of the signature for the document. It's not called fingerprint for the document. Okay, so to verify at the receiving end whether the message contents are intact or not can be verified through this message digest. Okay, now what I will do, the same message digest I'm trying to encrypt with the sender's private key. That means I am initiating a document, generated a message digest. After that, I am encrypting it with my private key. Okay, what happens? That gets converted into digital signature corresponding to this document. Okay, message and digital signature. These two are generated. Now this I have to transmit to the other end. Okay, if I send it directly to the other end, what happens is that they'll be able to verify whether it is originating from Lakshmi and whether the message is intact or not. This can be verified through the digital signature. But I am not providing confidentiality to the message. It is going in plain text. So what I will do in the next step, I will pass it through the encryption and other things, and then I'll put it on the network. I will not do directly. So what I will do, the message along with the digital signature, I will try to encrypt it with a one time. So I am generating a symmetric key. I told you, symmetric key, shared secret key I am generating and encrypting both the things. Okay, now encrypted message and signature. So if someone tries to tamper this particular thing, they'll not be able to get back anything. Okay, that's going in this thing. Okay, now this symmetric key I have to share with the other end, right? I generated a key here, but I have not shared with the other end. What is the right way to share the symmetric key? The approach would be depend on the public key algorithm. So if I am transmitting this to Nandishwar, what I will do? I will use the receiver Nandishwar's public key and encrypt the symmetric key. Okay, now encrypted symmetric key with the Nandishwar's public key and encrypted message along with the digital signature I am putting. Now if you notice, these two, when they are going on the wire, they'll not be able to get. So what the Nandishwar will do? First, he will try to apply private key on the encrypted one time this thing. Okay, what he will get out of it? He will be able to get the because it is encrypted with the public key at the sender end. The Nandishwar with the private key will be able to decrypt it. Okay, whereas no one else will be able to do because it is private keys available only with the Nandishwar. Now what happens? Once it is decrypted, the symmetric key will be opening up. Symmetric key will come out of it. Once the symmetric key is given, you will apply this decryption on the encrypted message and signature, which results in two separate entities, digital signature and message. Once the message and digital signature are separated, he will use my public key to decrypt this particular thing. Okay, then what happens? It will give the message digest, my message digest, and then he will apply the same hash algorithm on message, which will again lead a message digest. When you compare these two, if they are same, then it is very clear that it is originated from Lakshmi and the message is intact. Okay, so all these aspects. Now, if you look at in the overall process, we use different types of algorithms, hash algorithm, public key algorithm, symmetric key algorithm, and the different types of keys are used in order to provide confidentiality, and you verify the authenticity owner as well as the content, whether it's intact or not. Okay, all these things are done through this approach. Okay, I hope you understood what exactly is the digital signature. So what we will do is that we'll just spend some more time on digital certificates and other things, and then we will take a break and then we'll continue after the lunch. Okay, so we know about digital signature. Okay, now what exactly is a digital certificate? What do you mean by that? Okay, so something like, see, now I told the public key is public key cryptographic algorithms are very flexible. Okay, so we have public and private key components, and private key I can keep it with me, and public key I can share. All that I told you. But there is a big problem in that particular system also. What is the problem is, suppose let me take once again the same example. Myself, Murthy, Nandishwar, three of us are available, and we want to have a secure communication. What I will do is that, as I told you, public key we are trying to broadcast and inform other people. I have to tell, what I will do, I'll broadcast a message telling that, so this is Lakshmi's public key. I will send a message. Okay. So public key of Lakshmi is so and so. When I give that message, this thing through the channel, Murthy and Nandishwar both will add into their keychain. Oh, Lakshmi's public key so and so. Like that, they'll keep in the keychain, so that in future, whenever they want to communicate with me, they will use it for encrypting purpose, so that I alone can decrypt with a private key. Okay, this is a normal thing which is very good, and you feel that it can be done. But the problem here is that it may happen that, for example, what I do is that I project myself as the Murthy. I am dispatching a message over the wire telling that Murthy's public key is so and so, but actually it is initiated by Lakshmi. Okay, the packet information tells that the Murthy's public key is so and so, and then actually it is initiated by Lakshmi. What Nandishwar will do when the message is received or something sent to the Nandishwar assumes that it is Murthy's public key. He does not know that it is actually the key pair is generated by Lakshmi, and it is the public key component of Lakshmi's key pair is actually kept over the wire, indicating as Murthy's key. So what happened? Nandishwar adds it in the keychain, keeping it as a Murthy's the public key. Later, when he's trying to interact confidentially with Murthy, some message encrypted to Murthy, instead of Murthy, Lakshmi would be able to decrypt the messages, who is not authorized to do that particular thing, right? So that is the problem. So what is the problem in this? It's a scheme is perfect. Public key cryptographic algorithm is perfect. But the problem is, when someone says that this is my public key, you cannot trust unless it is verified by someone. That's where the digital certificate concept is coming to picture. Okay. So this is basically an answer to the internet trust problem. So trusted third parties issue certificates to people or companies who prove their identification. Okay. So you'll be given the digital certificate. Generally, these digital certificates are used for managing the keys, used for distribution of public keys. Public key certificate consisting of public key and the user ID of the key owner is signed by trusted third parties, that is CA. So in the PK infrastructure, we have various entities like registration authority, certification authority, and various levels. So with the entire infrastructure, there is a system built through which the verification of the people is carried out. Okay, there are some agencies which are identified. Controller of certification authority, CA, identifies the people who are the CAs, and then CAs verify the credentials through RAs, and then the certificates will be issued. Okay, and they are all maintained on repositories. Okay, and when we say digital certificate, the certification authority has verified the credentials and they have signed it, so that everyone can trust that particular information. Rather than everyone telling this is my public key, you are trying to get the details from a certification authority. Okay.